Hello viewers, I am Taram Kumar Gondwal, Assistant Professor in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management. The following video is prepared as per the syllabus and course outline of Maharshi Dayanand University. However, there are mostly general topics which cover the working and theoretical aspects of civil engineering. For best understanding and conceptualizing clearly, please do not skip the video and watch till end. At the end of the video and each topic and each section, we will be discussing about the related important questions, feasibility and working application. Let's start the video.
Hello students, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In the previous session, we discussed about the analysis of slender columns, and in this session, we'll do a numerical problem on design of slender columns. And these topics, as you know, are covered in design of concrete structures, which is in 4th semester of Maharishi Dayanand University. So the question goes like this. Determine the reinforcement required for a braced column against side sway with the following data. तो reinforcement बतानी है एक braced column में side sway के against. Data जिसमें से ये दिया हुआ है कि size of the column is 350 by 450 mm, which is given below. Concrete and steel grades are given as M30 and Fe415 respectively. Effective lengths LEX and LEY are given as 7 meter and 6 meter respectively. Unsupported length L is given as 8 meter. Factored load PU is 1700 kilonewton. Factored moments in the direction of larger dimension is 70 kilonewton meter at top and 30 kilonewton meter at bottom. तो फैक्टर्ड मोमेंट्स लार्जर डायमेंशन की डायरेक्शन में, यानी कि ये 7 मीटर जो लार्जर डायमेंशन इसकी डायरेक्शन में दिया हुआ है 70 किलोन्यूटन मीटर टॉप पे और 30 किलोन्यूटन मीटर बॉटम से, जो कि शॉर्टर डायमेंशन 70 किलोन्यूटन मीटर टॉप से और 30 किलोन्यूटन मीटर बॉटम से, ये दोनों केसेस में है लार्जर डायमेंशन के लिए. एंड फैक्टर्ड मोमेंट्स इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ शॉर्टर डायमेंशंस, और शॉर्टर डायमेंशन में जो फैक्टर्ड मोमेंट दिए हुए हैं शॉर्टर डायमेंशन यानी कि जिसमें LEY जिस केस में ये है और इधर से ये 350 mm. तो टॉप से 6 किलोन्यूटन मीटर दिया हुआ है और बॉटम से 30 किलोन्यूटन मीटर. द कॉलम इज बेंट इन डबल कर्वेचर एंड reinforcement will be distributed equally on 4 sides. So first step is to check slenderness ratio, which is given by the formula LEX upon D. LEX is 7000 mm and the value of capital D is 450 given in the question. Both these values are given. So it comes out to be 15.56, which is greater than 12. LEY by B is 6000 upon 350. This is 17.14. It is also greater than 12. So this means that the column that we are going to design is slender with respect to both the axes. Now next step is to find minimum eccentricities and moments due to minimum eccentricities. So minimum eccentricity in the major direction is given by this formula, L upon 500 plus D upon 30, which is equal to L value is 8000 and D is 500, and 500 is given and D value is 450. So this comes out to be 31, and in EY min the value L by 500 plus B by 30, putting the value of L as L 8000 here and B is 350, so it comes out to be 27.67. Both these values are greater than 20. Now minimum eccentricity, this is given by the formula this PU into EX minimum. So PU is 1700 given in the question itself, 1700 kilonewton, and this value is 31 mm. So we'll convert it into meter. So this becomes 31 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter. And this value comes out to 52.7 kilonewton meter. This is the value of minimum eccentricity in this direction. And in the minor axis, and on the minor axis, the minimum eccentricity value is PU into EY minimum. PU is again 1700 given in the question. And EY min we have just found out, which is 27.67 from here. So this value comes out to be 47.04 kilonewton meter. Now step third is to determine additional eccentricities and additional moments. For this we will refer table number 1 of SP16 code. This is a dedicated code for steel. For the value of LEX upon D, which gives 15.56 if we use this value. So table 1 of SP16 gives EX upon D as 0.1214, which means the value of EAX is D is given 450, and this expression, this value is given in table itself. So from this we will find the value of EAX, which comes out to be 54.63 mm. Similarly, in the table 1 of SP16 only, the value of LEY upon D is given as 17.14. So LEY upon D, if it is 17.14, then according to this value, the given value in the code is EAY upon B, and this value is given as 0.14738 in the code itself. Using this expression, we'll find the value of EAY like we did in this case, the value of EAX. So this gives the value of EAY as 0.14738 multiplied by 350, which is B, and it comes out to be 51.538 mm. Now next step is to find primary moments and primary eccentricities. This we have discussed above in the previous sessions. So this value is given by MOX is equal to 0.6 M2 minus 0.4 M1. So it is 0.6 M2 is the moment acting on the top, this value, the question given, and this value 30 kilonewton meter is the moment acting at the bottom. So if we solve this, the value comes out to be 30 kilonewton meter, and which should be greater than or equal to 0.4 M2, and 0.4 M2 is 28 kilonewton meter. So this value is okay. Next is to find MOI. So this is again given by similar type of formula, 0.6 M2 minus 0.4 M1. So in this case, along the minor axis, the value of moment at the top is 60 and at the bottom is 30. So solving this value, we get 24 kilonewton meter, and it should also be greater than or equal to 0.4 times of M2, and 0.4 of M2, 0.4 of 30 is 24. Therefore, it is also okay. Now next step is to find primary eccentricities, primary moments we have just found out. So it is given by the formula Ex is equals to Mox upon Pu. Mox we just found out here, which is 30, and Pu is given in the question as 1700. So this value of Ex comes out to be 17.65 mm. Next is Ey. So MOY upon Pu is the formula to find Ey. MOY we just found out to be 24, and Pu is given in the question as 1700. So the value comes out to be 14.12 mm. So we can see that the primary eccentricities, that is the value of Ex and Ey, are less than the respective minimum eccentricities as discussed in step 2. This value here 31 and 27.67, and it is 17.65 and 14.12. Therefore, the primary moments are revised, which we found in step 2. So MOX becomes 52.7 and MOY becomes 47.04 from here, because this is the minimum eccentricity and which is coming to be greater than the primary eccentricity. That means we will consider these moments for design purpose. Next step is modification factor. To determine the actual modification factors, the percentage of longitudinal reinforcement should be known. So either the percentage of longitudinal reinforcement may be assumed or the modification factor may be assumed, which should be verified subsequently. So we assume the modification factor of 0.55 in both directions. तो या तो reinforcement longitudinal reinforcement की percentage हमें assume करनी है या फिर modification factor assume करना है, जिसको हम verify करते चलेंगे जैसे जैसे आगे solve करते जाएंगे. और मॉडिफिकेशन फैक्टर की वैल्यू फिलहाल हम अज्यूम कर लेते हैं 0.55 दोनों डायरेक्शंस में. सो टोटल फैक्टर्ड मोमेंट, मॉडिफिकेशन फैक्टर की हेल्प से हम फैक्टर्ड मोमेंट्स निकालेंगे, which is given by MUX and it is given by MOX plus modification factor multiplied by MAX. So MOX is 52.7, modification factor we assume to be 0.55 and MAX is 92.548. So this comes out to be 52.7. This value is as it is, and by multiplying this we get 50.9, and the value of MUX comes out to be 103.6 kilonewton meter. Similarly for MUY, the formula is MOY plus modification factor multiplied by MAY. MOY is 47.04, modification factor is assumed to be 0.55, and MAY is 87.43. So the value of MUY comes out to be 47.04 plus 48.09, and the value comes out to be 95.13 kilonewton meter. So for your convenience, the value of MAX and MAY was discussed in the previous session, and this value has been taken from here. This is the formula for MAX and MAY. So this can be used to find the value of MAX and MAY. So now we have got the value of total factored moments. So next step is to assume a trial section. A trial section is determined from the design of uniaxial bending with PU as 1700 kilonewton and mu as 1.15. So ultimate moment is 1.15 of mux square plus muy square. So we get this value, putting the value of mux and muy, which we found from here in this equation. We get 1.15 multiplied by 103.6 square plus 95.13 square, and this section is rooted so that it can be averaged. So the value comes out to be 161.75 kilonewton meter. With the value of Pu as 1700 kilonewton and Mu as 161.75 kilonewton meter, we will use chart of SP16 for this ratio. D by D dash ratio, and it comes out to be 0.134. So we assume that the diameters of longitudinal bars as 25 mm. Diameter of lateral tie as 8 mm and cover of 40 mm, which gives 40 plus 8 plus half of this 12.5 as 60.5 mm. So this gives D dash by D ratio as 60 upon 450 and it becomes 0.134. तो इस तरीके से जो वैल्यू है ये हमारे पास यहाँ पे आई है. And similarly D dash by B becomes 60.5 upon B is 350, so it becomes 0.173. Next we'll find the value of PU upon FCK BD. So PU is 1700, FCK is 30 given in the question, B is 350 and D is 450 as we have been using. So this comes out to be 0.3598. For finding the value of Mu upon FCK BD, putting all the values here, Mu we just found out to be 161.75 from here, and the rest all the entities are the same as in the question above, and this comes out to be 0.076. Now we have to interpolate the values of P upon FCK for D dash by D equal to 0.134. तो P upon FCK की वैल्यू अब निकालनी है हमें. D dash by D जो कि हमारा ये आया था इस केस में, जो कि चार्ट नंबर 44 के लिए है. दो एक्सप्रेशंस दिए हुए हैं. D dash by D की वैल्यू 0.1 और चार्ट 41 से पता चलता है D dash by D की रेशियो अगर 0.15 है. तो इस केस में जब D dash by D 0.1 है तो वैल्यू ऑफ P upon FC के 0.05 है, और D dash by D के केस में जब वैल्यू 0.15 है तो उधर P by FCK की वैल्यू 0.06 है. So this means the value of P corresponding to these values are, for this the value of P is 1.5% and for this the value of P is 1.8% respectively, and the interpolated value for 0.134, अगर हम P की वैल्यू 0.134 लेते हैं तो उस केस में हमें जो परसेंटेज है वो 1.704% मिल जाती है, which means area of steel is 1.704 multiplied by area of concrete, which is 350 upon 450 and divided by 100. So this gives the value of area of steel. So it is 2683.8 mm square. So now we have got the value of reinforcement. So we will use 4 bars of 25 mm dia and 4 bars of 20 mm dia. So area of 4 bars of 25 mm dia is 1963 mm square, and area of 4 bars of 20 mm dia is 1256 mm square. So this value comes out to be 3219 mm square. So this is the total area of reinforcement. So the actual provided reinforcement is 2.044%, and which gives the value of P by FCK as 0.068. Next step is calculation of balanced loads, which is given by PV. The value of PBX and PBY are determined using table 60 of SP16. For this purpose, two parameters K1 and K2 are to be determined first from the table. So K1 K2 की value निकालने table से. We have P upon FCK as 0.068. ये वैल्यू P upon FCK की अभी हमने पिछले स्टेप में यहाँ से यूज किया, और इस केस में D डैश बाय D की वैल्यू हमारे पास 0.134 है, and D dash by B value is 0.173. From table 60, in दोनों cases में the value of K1 is 0.19952 and K2 is 0.243. Which is interpolated for the value 0.134 of D dash by D, and this is for PBX. So this gives PBX upon FCK BD as K1 plus K2 into P upon FCK. K1 is 0.19952 and K2 is 0.243. P upon FCK is 0.068, and it comes out to be 0.216044, and which gives PBX as, if we put the values, this value is the total of this value, and when this value is multiplied by transposing FCK and BD on the RHS, FCK is 30, B is 350, and D is 450. So the value of PBX comes out to be 1020.81 kilonewton. Similarly, for PBY, D dash by D value is 0.173 and P upon FCK is 0.068. Again, from table 60 of SP16, the value of K1 is 0.19048 and K2 is 0.1225, which is interpolated for D dash by B as 0.173, and this gives PBY upon FCK as BD. Again, using the same methodology as used above. So the value K1 plus K2 into P upon FCK, and it comes out to be 0.19881, and transposing these expressions on the RHS, we get the value of PBY as this value multiplied by FCK BD. So this comes out to be 939.38 kilonewton, because the values of PBX and PBY are less than PU. तो जब हमने PU निकाला है और जो भी PBX और PBY निकाले उनकी वैल्यू PU से कम है, that means we have to use the modification factor. Now we have to find the value of PUZ. So we'll use method 1 from equation, which we have discussed in the previous lesson. So PUZ is given by this formula 0.45 FCK-AG plus 0.75 FY minus 0.45 FCK, and this second expression is multiplied by ASC. So substituting all the values in here, we know all the values, and it comes out, PUZ comes out to be 3084.71 kilonewton. Next step is determination of modification factors, actual modification factors. So this is given by the formula this AX is equals to PUZ minus PU upon PUZ minus PU VX. So we know all the values here. PUZ we found to be 3084.71. PU is given in the question is 1700. PUZ we just found out to be 3084.71. And PU VX is 1020.81. So this value comes out to be 0.671. And similarly, we'll find the value of KAY. So this is given by this expression PUZ minus PU upon PUZ minus PU BY. Substituting all the values in here, so we get the value of KAY as 0.645. The value of modification factors are different from assumed value of 0.55 in the step 5. However, the moments are changed and section is checked for safety. So the moment, the modification factor है उनकी values आपने देखा कि ये आई है जो कि हमने assume करी 0.55, इसलिए मोमेंट को चेंज किया गया है और चेंज करके सेफ्टी चेक की जाएगी. So next step is to total moments, finding total moments with incorporating modification factors. So MUX is equal to MOX from step 4. The value of MOX, this value, plus KAX into MAX, which we found from step 3. So substituting all the values, we get MUX as 114.8 km/meter, and similarly we'll find the value of MUY. So we'll use MOY from step 4 and KAY into MAY from step 3. So this value comes out to be 103.43 kN/meter. Next is the uniaxial moment capacities. The two uniaxial moment capacities MUX1 and MUY1 are determined as stated. For MUX1 by interpolating the values obtained from chart 45 and 44, knowing the value, as we know the value of PU upon FCK BD as 0.3598, where we can check it in step 7, and P upon FCK is 0.068. It is also given in step 7, which we found out, and D dash by D value is 0.134, which we found in step 7. And for MUY1 by interpolating values obtained from chart 45 and 46, and we know the value of P upon FCK BD and P upon FCK as those of 1 and as here P upon FCK BD and P upon FCK is same like these values, and D dash by D value here is 0.173, which we found in step 7, and the results are given below as follows. So MUX upon FCK BD square is 0.0882, which is an interpolated value between 0.095 and 0.085 from the chart 45 and 46 of SP16. And similarly, MUY1 upon FCK BB square is 0.827, which is interpolated between 0.085 and 0.08. So we have the values of MUX1 as 187.54. We'll find the value of MUX1 from here and MUY1 from here. So it is 136.76 kN/meter. Next step is to find the value of alpha n. We have the value of Pu upon Puz as 1700 upon 3084.71, which is 0.5511. So this gives the value of alpha n as 0.67 plus 1.67 into Pu upon Puz as 1.59. Now we'll check the column for safety, and this is checked using this formula: MUX upon MUX1, and this raised to the power alpha to the power n plus MUy upon MUy1, and this is to the power alpha to the power n, and this value should be less than equal to 1, which we have been discussing. Here putting the values of MUx, MUx1, MUy, MUy1 and alpha n, we get this expression like this. And the value comes out to be 1.1015. This means the section or the reinforcement needs to be revised because this value is not less than or equal to 1. Now this is step 9 revision, determination of PUZ, this step. So we will revise this step here. So now the PUZ will be given by 0.45 FCK BD plus this value 0.75 FY minus 0.45 FCK into 3927. So this value comes out to be 3295.514 kilonewton. Now step 10, that is revision of step 10, is determination of modification factors. So KAX is given by this formula, this value 3295 minus 0.514 minus 1700 upon 3295.514 minus 1038.145, and the value comes out to be 0.707. Similarly, KAY, using this value of PUZ, we'll find out the value of KAY, and it comes out to be 0.68. Now using these modification factors, we'll find the value of total moments, which we did in step 11. So the revision of step 11 would be like this: MUX is 52.7 plus 0.707 into 92.548, and the value comes out to be 118.13 kilonewton meter. Similarly, the value of MUY using this modification factor comes out to be 106.49 kilonewton meter. The revision of step 12 is finding the uniaxial moment capacity. Again, using chart 44 and 45 for MUX1 and chart 45 for MUY1, 44 and 45 for MUX1, 45 and 46 for MUY1, we get coefficient 0.1032 if we interpolate the values between 0.11 and 0.1, and coefficient as 0.0954 by if we interpolate the value between 0.1 and 0.09 for MUX1 and MUY1 respectively. So using the same formula which we did in the step 12, we'll find the value of MUX1 and MUY1. So the MUX1 comes out to be 219.429 kilonewton meter and MUY1 comes out to be 157.77 kilonewton meter. We'll also revise step 13 now. The value of alpha n PU upon PUZ now comes out to be 0.5158, and because of this we'll use this formula now to find the value of alpha to the power n. So this is 1 plus 0.5158 minus 0.2 upon 0.6. So this value comes out to be 1.5263. Now again we'll revise step 14 and check for safety of column. Now using the same formula, we'll substitute the new values of MUX, MUX1, MUY and MUY1 in here. So substituting all the values, we get 0.9374, and this value is less than 1. This means the revised reinforcement is safe. So this is how we design a slender column. So this was all with today's session, and we are done with the topic columns now. In the next session, we'll start with a new unit. Till then, keep studying. Have a great time. Thank you.
I hope you guys could understand and correlate the topics taught in today's session. If there is any query or subject matter issue, feel free to mail me at the given email ID. Live discussion sessions could also be used for discussion of doubts. Thank you.